Why resist the inevitable?
Lady, I got 6 reasons why.
The first time we saw Wolverine in an animated show was Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends back in 1982. He appeared in Season 2 as a member of the X-Men when Iceman and Firestar, Spidey's titular friends, visit a reunion party as former members. He's in his iconic yellow, blue, and black suit and mask, and has his adamantium claws for good measure. Weirdly, Logan has an Australian accent here. This is an interesting coincidence, considering the character would later be famously played by Australian actor Hugh Jackman.
How you doing? Want a piece of fruit?
In 1989, there was a pilot episode, X-Men Pryde of the X-Men, for a show that never got made. In it, Wolverine appears in his alternative costume, yellow, black, and brown, rather than the more well-known blue. Apart from being the basis for a Konami video game, there isn't much to add here.
Welcome her. Wait, she's not joining the X-Men, is she? She's just a kid. Hey, back off! Just don't want to have to witness some little...
What's that?
Rather than a full Pryde of the X-Men series, we got X-Men the Animated Series in 1992, and Logan was front and center. This was probably the most iconic animated version of the character, mostly appearing in the classic yellow, blue, and black suit, with a face mask and red X belt. He is a key member of the team, and we see him as a father figure for Jubilee. It also explores his romance with Jean Grey and how he ignores his feelings to avoid going against Cyclops, another key team member. The meme of Logan staring at the photo of Jean on his bed is a total classic, and Julia Lewald, a writer on the show, said, "I love me some Hugh Jackman, but I hear Cal Dodd when I think of Wolverine." Dodd voiced Logan in this series.
And perish!
You should have minded your own business.
In Season 2 of Spider-Man the Animated Series in 1994, there was a 2-episode crossover arc where Spidey went to the X-Men for help with a mutation issue. This was a direct crossover to X-Men the Animated Series, and Logan appeared with the rest of the X-Men and even went toe-to-toe with Spider-Man.
There's no exit.
Then I'll just have to make one.
Claws are definitely more fun than doors.
In 2000, X-Men Evolution aired, and it was a new take on the team. This time, Logan and the senior X-Men were training a young team of teenage mutants. Logan appeared in an all-black suit in the show, as well as his classic comic book design reimagined in orange. We also see his softer side as he becomes a father figure to his clone X-23, and also Rogue after she loses control of her powers.
I'm going after him. Stay together!
Wolverine has popped up a few times in Robot Chicken over the years, appearing in various forms. He's taken part in a Battle of the X's reality show, been killed off and replaced, and even gone up against the butt-faced killer across several appearances. In Wolverine and the X-Men, which aired in 2009, Logan rebuilds the team after Professor X and Jean Grey disappear, becoming the leader of the X-Men. The animation style is a bit different, and the blue on his suit is a little darker, but the yellow costume is there, complete with that classic mask. The story got pulled after its only season, but was continued in comic form due to popularity amongst some fans.
They're not here. X-Men, let's go!
In the comics, Wolverine was an enemy of the Hulk before he was an X-Men team member. In 2009, that original storyline was explored in animated form, in a double feature with Hulk vs. Thor. In Hulk vs. Wolverine, Logan is dispatched by the Canadian authorities to handle the Hulk. However, they find themselves captured and confronted by an enigmatic individual and his team of mutants. The Wolverine is right off the page in his striking yellow suit in this movie. Wolverine also starred in Marvel's self-parody stop-motion animated show Marvel Superheroes What The? Notably, in Red Carpet MODOK at a Wolverine movie premiere, Grumpy Old Man Logan parodying the storyline from the comics, and Wolverine and Partial Recall. parodying Logan and Total Recall. In 2009, Marvel also released the Superhero Squad show, based on the chibi-style Marvel Superhero Squad action figure line from Hasbro. Wolverine appears with a squished-down style.
Okay, all we have to do is keep this fractal from falling into the hands of all those Doombots. Without touching it. Any ideas?
There was also a motion comic released in the same year. Spider-Woman Agent of S.M.A.S.H showed a darker side of the Marvel Knights storyline, and Wolverine appears in his classic look, but in a much darker and grittier style. That continued with 2010's motion comic Black Panther, with Wolverine again appearing, this time in a minor role as T'Challa crosses paths with the X-Men, in particular Storm.
That's right, your old boyfriend. Little unfinished business there.
Then, in Madame Tussauds, London, a 4D animated experience was launched. Wolverine and a host of other Marvel heroes are invited to visit the Queen at Buckingham Palace to be thanked for their service, before saving London from a giant robot. In the first season of Mad in 2010, Wolverine made several humorous appearances. In the Wolverine, he hilariously promotes an ad. In Wally Nader, he is spotted at Bar Coral on a wedding. The Clawfist showcases him as a member of the X-Men, and eventually the Office team surrenders, becoming Wolverine's new team. Season 2 continues the fun with Dances with Wolverine, a Footloose parody, where he's spoofed alongside Footloose, and in Real Veal, it's humorously mentioned that Veal Steel will portray Wolverine in an upcoming X-Men movie. Additionally, in I Hate My Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Wolverine, Cyclops, and Storm share a laugh at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles' expense. Finally, in Season 4's The X-Mentalist, there's a crossover titled Claw and Order, featuring Wolverine and the X-Men and characters from Law and Order. Wolverine also featured in the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, where he made cameo in Season 1 in a flashback to World War II with Captain America before forming part of the New Avengers in Season 2. It's great to see his classic look with a more modern animation style.
Hey, ugly. You want to take a bite out of someone? Try me.
Wait, hey, look out!
In 2011, we got something totally new. An anime series centered on Logan, part of the wider Marvel anime series. Complete with a new samurai-inspired look, including a red silk kimono and black trousers in the classic anime style, and longer, more stylized claws. In this 12-episode run, Logan discovers that his long-lost love, Mariko Yashida, has been abducted by her father, Shingen Yashida, leader of the Japanese criminal organization Kuzuryu, and goes to save her.
Nothing like a little fresh air. Hits the spot, huh?
In the later Marvel anime X-Men subseries, Logan returns, this time in an anime style of his black X-Men costume, fighting alongside his X-Men family against the U-Men and Inner Circle following the death of Jean Grey. Logan also appeared in Marvel anime Blade later in the same year. He shows up in Madripoor, reconnecting with his old friend Blade as he takes on Frost and his men. In Ultimate Spider-Man, Wolverine has a simplified yellow and black suit that is a different look from the original, but it does look sleek and cool. Making 4 appearances across the show's first 3 seasons, Wolverine even switches bodies with Spider-Man in one episode. Notably, this marks the first time he's been depicted with stubble in an animated show.
Someone's been up in their game.
In 2013, Logan returned in a motion comic, this time in Marvel Knights Wolverine Origin, which explores his origin story. Naturally, this means there are no adamantium claws, and Logan appears in his preferred biker-esque style, with jeans, white vest, and leather jackets galore. Later that year, in Hulk and the Agents of S.M.A.S.H, the team heads to Canada and encounters Logan. He's wearing the same costume from Ultimate Spider-Man in a storyline centered around the Wendigos. Initially, he's seen as a beast after being bitten by the Wendigos, but Wolverine's healing factor restores him to normal.
You can't reason with beasts, Hulk. Smash him!
That was followed by an appearance in LEGO form in LEGO Marvel Superheroes Maximum Overload, teaming up with other LEGO versions of Marvel heroes to defeat Loki. There was also another motion comic to round out 2013, which covered the Ultimate Wolverine vs. Hulk storyline, showing a grittier, older-looking Logan in a mainly black suit with stripes of yellow and a brown cowboy hat in this more realistic approach to the classic story. The Marvel Knights motion comic series then covered Wolverine's face-off with Sabretooth in another classic storyline. This time, the suit is back to the yellow and black, but the style is still pushed towards realism. That was followed by Wolverine Weapon X, Tomorrow Dies Today, where Logan teams up with Captain America in yet another motion comic, facing off against Cyborg sent from the future to destroy the heroes of today. This one is a bit more over the top and less realistically animated than the previous motion comic appearances. With a new suit, Logan appeared in the anime series Marvel Disc Wars The Avengers in 2014 as they face off against Loki, who has imprisoned several heroes. The anime style is dialed back in this one, but Wolverine's suit, while still yellow, black, and blue, has a completely new pattern, with an almost tribal feel to it. Marvel's TLDR web series condenses the biggest Marvel storylines into bite-sized episodes of 3 to 6 minutes. Wolverine has cameos in several episodes, but Weapon X in 3 minutes puts the focus on him directly. The crude animation style shows Logan in his plaid shirt, getting his adamantium skeleton, and becoming the true Wolverine in naked form. In 2023, we got a glimpse of how Wolverine could function in the MCU alongside the current roster of Avengers. Only it was just in LEGO form in LEGO Marvel Avengers Code Red. The first appearance of Wolverine in a Marvel production since they acquired the rights to the X-Men from Fox after the merger. The Collector begins snatching up heroes in this tale, and Logan joins the Avengers to put an end to the madness and save the rest of the heroes from being taken. This narrative happens within the Earth 13122 iteration of the Marvel Universe, a version that was briefly glimpsed and identified in the film Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Ugh, Omega Red is the worst. He just sucks the life out of you.
Wolverine is back in X-Men 97, with the classic look from the animated series and the classic personality to boot. He finally gets a spotlight moment in Episode 9 when everything comes to a head between Magneto and Charles, following the meddling of Bastion and Mr. Sinister. Dressed in his brown and yellow costume from Pryde of the X-Men, he finally does what he's always wanted to do, and stabs Magnus through the chest to stop him from hurting the Professor. It doesn't end well for Logan, as Magneto uses his powers to rip the adamantium from Logan's body before the credits cut. Damn! Even that doesn't kill Wolverine, as we see him struggling for his life in the season finale.
Logan, I'm...
You're Jean Grey. He's Scott Summers. Those are the rules. You just forgot him for a sec. Enough said. Now go talk to that overgrown Boy Scout.